This is a little troubling. So Karl-Anthony Towns is beefing with Tom Thibodeau. At least that's what we have to believe. No surprise, Tom Thibodeau has beefed with former players before. Here is what the head coach had to say about the cat being more of a purr. Sorry, that was terrible. What should I have said there? The cat being a puss.
Why hasn't Towns been able to get going at all in this series?
They're doing a good job on him. When you're doing the things that they're doing, which is double teaming him, he has to play with energy. He's got to run the floor. He's got to get it deep. He did that a couple times and it was good. You got to beat him down the floor. You got to be moving around the offensive rebound, kick out, repost. That's an energy game.
So he's blaming it on Karl-Anthony Towns essentially not wanting the ball enough and not hustling his ass off offensively and defensively. Through these first two games, not good. Here is what he has done. Averaging 6.5 points per game. His rebounds are up there, that's fine. But for a guy that seems like an easy 20-10 player and the next breed of young, versatile centers in the NBA, this is not how they drew it up. Do I blame everything on Karl-Anthony Towns? No, I'll get into that in just a moment. But what I don't like is a guy like Charles Barkley, who has admitted many times we need to take him as entertainment value at this point, stating stuff like this, which kind of shows that he doesn't watch Karl-Anthony Towns.
Got a long way to go offensively. I mean, those shots he's getting, those aren't big man shots. Those is a guy like a 7-foot guy shooting fadeaways against the little guys. He's got to get in the gym. First of all, I like him a lot as a person. I like him a lot as a player. But he is so limited offensively.
No, he's not. No, he's not. That's wrong. Take Charles's entertainment value because what he's associating Karl-Anthony Towns with is not what made Karl-Anthony Towns Karl-Anthony Towns. How Charles views the big man is traditional. Back to the basket, shimmy shake, few moves, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal power, within 5 feet of the 10. What he's not thinking of or even watching is what Karl-Anthony Towns is doing throughout the entirety in his third year of an 82-game season. That is who he is. He can play back to the basket, but you know what else he could do? Hit the mid-range. You know what else he could do? Like Kristaps Porzingis? Fadeaways. That's the new big man, Chuck. Where's your head at? Well, we know where it is. The Timberwolves usage rates in game 1. Derrick Rose was the highest. Karl-Anthony Towns was the lowest. We have to learn from it and have a toughness about us to bounce back, said Thibodeau. Being mentally tough when you face adversity, this was in March, is important. You're facing a guy like Marc Gasol who has a lot of pride. He didn't mention Towns. The physicality, we didn't do a good job with it. What I'm trying to outline here is that Tom Thibodeau has a certain way of coaching that works and doesn't work. He mentioned that in March of 2018, not even a month ago, when he went after Karl-Anthony Towns. He has done it before. He also did it in game this past season. Take a look.
Rebound, and we're back to a 2-point game. And Tom Thibodeau just got teed up. And the amazing part is, Tibbs just got teed up because he was yelling at Towns.
It was a laughable moment from the NBA where they have the promo now, right, where they're like, look at the players and the refs, man. Oh, it's all love, it's all love. Like it's not, it hasn't been. And there's a clear divide between players, refs, and then also coaches and refs. Jeff Teague, after this all occurred, said the Wolves are playing into the Rockets' hands when they use Karl-Anthony Towns to space the floor rather than having him in the post. It could be wise, and it could work. However, we go back again, once more. Horrible stat line. Do you know what I credit it to? If you've been watching anything that we have done at youtube.com/TYT Sports, you will know that we brought you this story. I brought you this story previously, I believe it was last week, about the best centers at protecting the rim. You know who is the best? Take a wild guess if you watch the NBA. Show it. It's Clint Capella. Clint Capella is the best defending big man in the NBA right now. Rudy Gobert for shots defended at the rim. He's up there. Field goal percentage allowed at the rim overall, a little higher. But he's also getting a more volume, so it's a larger sample size. That is where the problem lies, my friends, is that the Houston Rockets are as supremely efficient as they are offensively, are pretty damn good defensively. And you know who's set to be a free agent this upcoming offseason? Clint Capella, set to be a free agent this offseason. The two have history, do Thibs and Cat. The Athletic put this out a while ago. They're still searching for common ground. The Ringer put out that Thibs is simply burning out the Timberwolves, Timber Pups as they put it. And minutes per game, you know who is the one center on this list? You're seeing small forwards and power forwards. It's Karl-Anthony Towns at the bottom. There are 3 Minnesota Timberwolves in there. Jimmy Butler is up there. He's at 3rd. This is the Thibs moniker, man. This is his narrative. He's never going to break it. Everyone knows it at this point. Look at Luol Deng's career. He was done at 32. Look at Joakim Noah. He has no legs. He's like Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream. Andrew Wiggins is up there at 36, and then Karl-Anthony Towns is the lone center. Jimmy Butler has not been great, I will admit. Less than supreme. Averaging about 12 points per game. Not good. But you know what I credit this to? Not using Karl-Anthony Towns the right way, a coach creating a border between him and player, and a frustration setting in for this team as it appears maybe the Denver Nuggets could have been the better foe to take on this team because of the way that they play basketball. Timberwolves got to turn it around. Karl-Anthony Towns needs to get more involved. His spacing is not good. However, to play devil's advocate to myself, what Jimmy Butler needs is that space. If Jimmy Butler's putting up 20 points per, 25 per, like we know he can be, a top 5 small forward in the league, maybe this is a different story. But until we see it, the series may be over.